So some more word choices. Let's see what I wrote down here. So keyword choices are honestly everything. So just always saying your friend, edifying them, share some things about them that are important to you, or why maybe why you look up to them or admire them. I know depending on the person, when I talk about Mike and Kylie, I'm like, this amazing couple that they've just been able to do so much with their life, and they're building their life by design, and they've totally put my dreams on their shoulders. Word choices are everything. So the third key is being busy is never an obstacle. So no matter what your schedule is, being busy it's not an obstacle, it's an excuse. And I know for me, I used to say, I'm running from one job to running club to this, to that, to this. The people that work 3 or 4 jobs, whether or not it's an hour a week or 3 hours a week, or, half an hour a week, being busy is not an excuse. And also I know that sometimes Mike and Kylie and Robin were not available. They have other people on their team, or they had a busy week. So I think that it's really important to build lots of different relationships. So, if Mike and Kylie and Robin were busy, hey, I made friends with Corey. I made friends with Bob. I was reaching out to other people, so I had those connections when I needed other people. And also, if you do have a leader who's busier, I know that as your team grows, naturally, you get more busy. So maybe give your leader 3 different times. Or give them, 3 different times for a 3-way call. Hey, are you available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? What day is best for you and what time frame? Not just, are you available today? And I know that I will get back to you if you're on my team, and your leader will get back to you. So that's the first step, is setting up the call. The second step, as a distributor, when you get on a 3-way call, is properly introducing your leader. So this is something I kind of did wrong in the beginning, and I love that, I always do it wrong, but then you're so hungry to learning to do it right, and you change. So introducing that 3-way call. So when you get your friend on the phone, properly introducing someone. So not, hey, oh my God, this is Jess, my sponsor, mute. So you want to properly introduce them. So you get on the phone, oh my gosh, hey Bob, this is my friend Jess that I was telling you about. She's honestly amazing. She cares so much about me, and she's helped me so much, and everyone get incredible results on these products, and she's been able to help me do so much. And I was telling you about her. And, hey, Jess, this is my friend Bob, and he's had a spark, and he's looked at the Impact magazine, and, I'm just really excited for him to hear a little bit more about this from you, because you know so much more, and you just helped me so much. Jess, this is Bob. Mute. Awesome. Proper introduction. So make sure you're properly introducing your sponsor, not using the word sponsor. Hey, this is my friend. She's amazing. Kind of give a little bit of background on both ends to make it feel comfortable, not awkward. I know sometimes I've done things where it's like, hey, this is Robin, mute. Oh my God, so awkward. And then I put it on mute and I'm like, that was horrible. But so make sure that you're introducing your sponsor the right way. And as a leader, the purpose of the second step is really just setting it up the right way. So the third step as a distributor is being quiet. So not interrupting your leader after you've put your phone on mute. Because I know for me, I like to talk a lot and I think a lot. So if I'm on a 3-way call and I'm the one who's on mute, who's listening, while Robin or Mike or Kylie or someone else is in there talking to my new prospect, sometimes I used to be like, oh my gosh, Robin, yeah, I'd come in like give my opinion, and then the whole entire conversation flow is just a little bit off now, and it's a 3-way conversation instead of the purpose of Robin coming in, doing her thing, painting vision, sharing more. So put your phone on mute no matter what you have to say. Write it down or keep it in, and don't interrupt just because something clicks in your mind. So just make sure that you are muting your phone. Mute, zip. That's tough for me. It's still hard, but just make sure you're doing that, because otherwise it kind of takes away from the entire call. And then the second side of a 3-way call, if you are the leader. So I know that for a while I did not feel equipped. If you have been an Advocare for 1 week, you are equipped, and I'm going to help you with that too, because you know a lot more than you think. And if you follow these steps correctly, you're going to make it happen. So the first step, when you recruit someone and you talk about the business, paint vision for their future. Number 1, too, if you sponsor someone, make sure you are available for them. If you have a busy schedule, make sure that you're giving them time frames that you are available. So The first commitment you make when you enroll someone in Advocare is that you're there for them. The second step is when you get on a call and you're leading that call. So you're the person that someone else is introducing you to. Make a connection. I always like to, have the mentality, I'm just talking to a friend. I'm just sharing something that's important to me, and I want to learn about them and maybe see if Advocare might be a fit in their life right now. Have a conversation. When 90% of the call is just a conversation about life, going back and forth, question to question, not talking Advocare, 90% life, 10% Advocare, those are the most powerful three-way phone calls you could possibly have. So first step, make a connection. How do you and Barbara know each other? Have a conversation. Don't just, jump into the call and be like, hey, here's my story, Advocare, boom, 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 boom. That probably does not work well. I know that Barbara, I'll share just because my first month of doing three-way phone calls for business calls, oh my God, horrible. And Barbara can attest to that. I would literally just be like, oh my God, so you want to make some money? Well, this is my story. Boom, boom, boom. Awful. And we get off the phone and be like, hopefully they come back. But then I watched the three-way phone call training video by Jenny Donnelly, and I did verbatim what she said to do. First step, how do you know each other? Oh my gosh, so you used to work out together? Well, that's great. What do you do for a living now? Do you like your job? That's awesome. What about your family? What do you do for fun? What do you like to do outside of work? Get to know them. And every single question that you ask, every single answer that you get back, ask another question. That's called having a conversation. I know I sometimes used to overlook things. Just have a conversation. Be yourself. That's it. What do you do for a living? Are you from here? Awesome. Wow, I used to be from there too. Make some relevant things. Oh my gosh, my friend Robin, she lives in Florida too, in Orlando. If they live in Orlando, make connections. Dive into them. Don't be nervous about what comes out of your mouth. Be on their agenda as a leader. Don't just jump into your story. The second part is getting into your story after you've had that real conversation, friend to friend. Even though they don't know you, you're their friend. You're just making convo. So second part, getting into your story. So transitional statements are everything. So you want to master that transitional statement from a connection to your story. So something like, hey, I got to be honest with you, Barb. I had zero agenda when I got on the phone with you. But I know that when Sam first introduced us, I really wanted to share my story with you. And the great thing about my story is that, it really connects to yours. The great thing about your story after getting to know you is I just kind of got to understand a little bit more about you, and I'd really love to share my story first, and then see what your thoughts are, and see if anything I share with you might really resonate with your heart, or connect to you, or sound like something that might interest you. I know that my story changes based off what somebody says is going on in their life. So if someone tells you they have debt, awesome. I'm going to share my debt story. If someone doesn't have debt, they don't care that you paid off a ton of debt. Maybe somebody has a monster apartment payment that they want to be able to pay off. Oh my gosh, I'm sharing my friend Barbara's story. She lives in Boston, and she's been able to really pay that off while having a full-time job. And she brought in $6,200 last month. And, her apartment rent in Boston is not even an issue now. Or if someone's telling me, it's a single mom, I don't have kids, so I can't connect to that. I'm going to share my income story, but then I'm going to share my friend Ashley's story, who's now a full-time stay-at-home mom with her daughter Gianna, who, she's able to live that life with her and not miss a moment. So make sure that when you hear about someone's life, you're not just sharing your story, you're sharing pieces of your story that might connect, and then I just always share other stories, because that's power. And that's what's so great about this, is learn other people's stories, because I swear I share other people's stories more than I share my own. So make sure that you're really being a good, acute listener. I take notes of when I'm doing three-way calls. Another transition that I know Jenny Donnelly in her video shares is after you've made that conversation, you learned about them, their life. I always also like to ask, what's your 5-year plan? What are your dreams? If you could have the perfect day, what would it be? What would it be like? Just understanding what they really love. And then a transition. So, Barb, what has Sam kind of told you about Advocare so far? What do you really know? So just getting them talking about Advocare. And before you start talking about Advocare, I would really just love to share my experience with you and why I'm talking with you and what Advocare has really been able to do for me and my family's life. And honestly, the key as a leader is practice, 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 practice. It gets easier on the phone. So don't take 10 minutes to share your story. Leave out all the junk. That's why packaging your story is so huge and practicing it. If you're weak at sharing your story, just practice, practice, practice. Even if you're only a couple days in, you have a product story. You've been doing this long enough, and just be honest with people. Hey, I've only been doing this a week, but I've been on product. I feel so good, and I really see what this is for my life, and this is really just what I've seen. So just share and frame your story based off what you've experienced, and just be honest. All about the emotions in your story, not the doctors. When you share your story, don't doctor this, doctor that, doctor this. Paint vision. This is where you're going. This is how I feel. Passion is a force to be reckoned with. So then the third thing you have to ask after you share your story is a question. So from what I've shared with you with my story and about Advocare, what are your thoughts? Does anything that I've shared with you sound like something that might really interest you or be a fit for your life right now or resonate with your heart? And then zip it. Be okay with that awkward silence that happens after all of that. Just be quiet and let them think for a second. If they don't respond right away, that's okay. That's okay. I've had to learn to be really good at that awkward silence because for a while, you hear the silence, it's like, oh my God, I don't like that silence. And you start talking before they even get a chance to think. So zip it and then don't just hand it back to your distributor. I used to do that all the time. Hey, so I'm just gonna leave you now with Barb, and she's gonna help you the rest of the way. When Barb is only like a couple weeks into this business, so don't do that. Ask the question. What would you like to do from here? What are you really looking for? The major duplication happens in our business when you start asking questions, and an organization goes from 40 to 20. When people ask those questions. And realistically, after you ask that question, what are your thoughts? What would you like to do from here? What would you like to do going forward? You're going to get 3 different types of responses. The first route is you're going to get, I don't want to know anything about that business, but I would love to get on product. Awesome. So great, Barb. Are you on a computer? Because I would love to help walk you through that. Really encourage you to get a wholesale discount. You save money on your products. Share both options. So there's no monthly anything. The products are great. And the great things about the products is they work. So that's the first thing they're going to say. They want to get on product. So don't just say, hey, let me know when you want to order. Say, hey, can you get on a computer now? I'm ready to help you get those results as soon as you want to get them. The second thing they're going to say is they want to do nothing. Awesome. The great thing about Advocare is we're not in the convincing business. We're not giving some sort of pitch when people look into it. They're going to watch you feel amazing. They're going to watch you make money with this. They will be back. And the cool thing is you put them in the success system. So when they do come back, they're going to know what to do. You're going to say, hey, remember that call we did with my friend Robin? Yeah, that's all that you have to do. Awesome. That's 90% of what I do. And it's just awesome. So you don't need everyone to say yes. That's something that I learned. You always hope people are going to say yes, but you don't need everyone to say yes. You only need a few. And also realizing that you can't win everyone over in Advocare. So there are going to be some people that have a job, some people that only want to be product users. It's so important just to listen and share and love them no matter what. So be okay with getting no's. I got so many. The third thing, someone is going to want to do the business. So when someone says, yes, most of us are like, oh my God, all I talked about was life and painting vision, where I'm going, and you get so excited. So as a leader, don't say, awesome, here you go, I'm going to hand you back to so-and-so. The most important thing, if you want to build this business and build depth, when someone says yes, share, the thing we did right now, the cool thing about